In question 5, we're told that we're going to be asked about hormone levels and their effect, so we have to assess which of these three statements is true. Okay, let's have a look at our three statements. We'll start with 1, where we're told that increasing insulin levels, insulin being a hormone produced by the pancreas, causes an increase in blood glucose levels. Well, we should know this to be true, rather false, because in the case of individuals who don't produce insulin, for example, diabetic people, either type 1 or type 2, their lack of ability to produce insulin results in an increase in blood glucose. So it can't be true to say that increasing insulin levels causes an increase. In fact, it causes a decrease, because what insulin does is it leads to glucose being stored in the liver as glycogen. Okay, bearing that in mind, we can move on to 2. We're told that increasing estrogen levels causes an increase in thickness of the inner uterine lining. Okay, so we don't need to know the details in the BMAT of the menstrual cycle and the associated hormones, but the basic principle is right, that an increase in estrogen levels leads to an increase in the inner uterus lining, and this is an indirect effect, and if you were to have studied the menstrual cycle, you would know that this would be because what estrogen does is it prevents the production of follicles stimulating hormone and promotes the production in the pituitary gland of LH, luteinizing hormone, which results in the thickening of the uterus lining and the release of a follicle. So this is an indirect effect, but at face value it's correct. Moving on to 3, we're told that increasing adrenaline levels increases the heart rate. Well, we should know this to be true. For example, in the fight or flight response, which adrenaline is associated with, the heart rate increases to respond to tense or potentially dangerous scenarios. Okay, so we can see our answer is that 2 and 3 are correct, and therefore our answer is option C.